protest. World powers are interested currently. It is trending around the world currently because of the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. A statement was made that Nnamdi Kanu was judged wrongly, that they should have sentenced him to death. And now it has drawn the attention of world powers. The world powers are so much interested in this. Biafran evangelist, the issue of Nnamdi Kanu is trending on the Israeli parliament currently, and they are seriously debating about it. What would you have to say about this?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from, spending your time zone and the time you are seeing this video. May God bless you. My beloved brother, the thing surprises me that after sentencing Nnamdi Kanu
Oh,
to life, so I was surprised when the court said they hear from a lawyer, Jumako, that the Nigerian government too are coming up with an appealing case, submitting to the appeal court regarding to the judgment that the judge they passed against Nnamdi Kanu, saying that it was not normal, that is against a judicial, it does not pass through judicial process. Then I now ask a question. First and foremost, if you watch that very day that, that this judgment was passed on Nnamdi Kanu, I discovered that it was a written memo given to Omotosho to read on Nnamdi Kanu case. Then Nigerian government that is coming up now saying that that judgment was wrong. Who are the people that wrote that memo to Omotosho? Who are the people that employ Omotosho? Who are the people that asked Omotosho to pass that judgment against him? That should be the question. And moreover, time before now, Binta Nyako, the woman that handled that case initially before, withdraw from the case as a result of her not to carry the judgment the way at which Nigeria wished her or wanted her to pass the judgment to handle the case, that made her to withdraw her head from the case. And if you watch the whole thing, she free herself from the case and Omotosho pick it up. Are you telling me that Nigeria, ever since that time, they are not following it, they don't know what they are doing, that the thing that the game they are trying to play against Nnamdi Kanu was not according to judiciously or according to judicial constitution regarding to the constitution of the nation that carries every written and documented law regarding to whatever they accuse Kanu against for. Now, another question that I ask again, ever since they passed this judgment, since last year, I believe, the judgment was last year, then what have they done to indicate or to say that Omotosho, this judgment was wrong? What did they do? Nothing. They are the one that said in the court that he still have the right, and the government is the one that gave Mazen Khan opportunity of appealing. The judgment passed by Omotosho, a paid judgment. Now they are now coming saying that that judgment was wrong. Then definitely everything regarding to that case should be nullified and let Mazen Kanu go. That's what it means. And that was exactly what Mazen Kanu, the lawyers now requested immediately. Since it has gotten to this, that you have admitted that the judgment was wrong and it was not judiciary accord written constitution. So definitely every other thing that follows it need to go. So the young man need to be set free. You get the point. But and secondly, another thing I see there, beside what I have said, another point there is this. Then I never believed that this matter of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was going to talk tough, was going to draw the international men, bodies, different constitutions, different laws in different countries. The people that matters, that are going to be involved, they never believe it and they did not see it coming. You see why they want to use this appeal now, coming to the case, to the angle of, okay, that you should have been given a death sentence, and which is not going to play again. Why am I saying this? According to the British Constitution, which Nigeria did not know, probably they are coming to know it now, except if it is the British that want their citizen to be spy. You dare not kill or spy any British citizen in a jungle justice. With the jungle justice, you understand? With the jungle justice, because in the Parliament of the UK, they are still discussing it and negotiating it and still talking tough that regretting that the step which they're supposed to have taken, which they failed, is what is working against them. So now they are standing now claiming again that the man that they caught in the custody of Nigeria, in person of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, with the British passport, still represent a British citizen. They have not outrightly thrown him away. So you dare not pass just that jungle justice judgment against Kanu. That is another point. Another point is this: in the under the watch of the United States Secretary, under his watch, you want to judge pass such judgment and expect it to go through. It's not going to work. Thirdly, not when the men like Netanyahu men are involved. I don't know whether you saw this. It was either yesterday or this morning. The Jewish plan or whatsoever, the Jewish project. Jewish project. What is the meaning of Jewish project? Every Christian, every Jewish nation is must be protected in anywhere in the world. And they are not just telling you, it is something that I have vowed to make sure that the enemy must not lay hand or succeed in anywhere in the world against a Jewish citizen. And who is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? A Jewish man. So Nigeria can never and will never lay hand, can never cause the death of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Their hands must not be involved in the death of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a Jewish. Now, another point is America now is interested, and a warning and condition has been given to Nigeria, which Pentagon is involved to carry out military action against Nigeria regarding to the insurgency going on in Nigeria. And their boot is fully on the ground. Is it under their watch? Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not just a UK Biafran citizen now. It has been tagged that they themselves, the US from Georgia, have already recognized him, taking him, welcome him as what? As their own citizen. Will it be under their watch? They will watch a Jewish man, a US citizen, an European citizen, a UN lawyer, to be judged and condemned by unrespected nations who doesn't respect or value law like Nigeria. How do you think it's going to be possible? It's not going to be possible. So, but I know that all these strategies are the strategies of threats. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, will succumb, when you call death, many people are afraid of death. They don't want to die. But they don't know that somebody like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is already a dead living. He's no more alive. He said that you give him what he wants, or he rather die. Because there is nothing Nigeria can do again. He have reached the last bus stop. The only thing, two things that remain for him: either he come out with his flag, his demand, or he died in his demand. Two things, and which he have reached the last bus stop, and is not ready to back out without having one. Either he died in the process, or he come out with the flag, with his demand. So there is nothing. All this one, they are just parading. I'm using this opportunity to tell the people, the Biafrans, not to be what? Panicking, not to be afraid, not to be worried. Nigeria can never lay hand on him, because it has gone beyond Nigeria. It is no longer Nigeria affair. It has become Africa, Nigeria, Europe, and America matter. Glory be to God that today that Netanyahu is seriously concerned, and even to the point of sending how did they call it, all those help in terms of medication, in terms of other equipment of support life, support love, life living, surviving support, medication, food, and security, and every other thing to the Biafrans in Nigeria. Christians, when you made mention of Christians in Nigeria, you are not talking other people rather than the Biafrans, because the Biafrans are the one that constituted 99% of Nigerian Christians, which Nigerian government is buying, the terrorists. Then you charge somebody terrorism, and the person is in your custody, and people are still terrorizing up to this very moment. How are you going to deal with those ones? What stops you if you can kidnap him from Kenya, track one or two persons evidently in this country? What stops you from not tracking both Tujibelu and the rest of them? And they are still even buying people. I mean, the people you know that they are buying people, you know their family, you know their residence, you know their state, you know everything about them. You will not track them down. But the innocent person that have not killed a cockroach is the person you try terrorist, and that is the person you want to ban. How possible do you think it's going to be? Under the law that is not written, a repaired law, which you repaired in favor of your own very act, terrorism act. Now you charge somebody and you call the person a terrorist. Which law are you going to use? Before you judge somebody, there must be a law to judge that person, and that law must be written and documented. And a situation whereby the law is not written, neither does it be documented, or was it documented in your constitution, you dare not use it. You understand? So you can't use it. So far, so good, my dear brother. I read one article by APC chieftain in person of Baba Tunde or Baba somebody, Baraja Kawu. He said that they brought Fulanis from Mali, from Senegal, and from one country like that. He said they brought them to Nigeria for election purpose. But after the election, they refused to go. Baraja Kawu, Baba somebody. Do you understand? But this is the one I can vividly remember. Abubakar, yes. Abubakar Baraja Kau said this, that from Mali, exactly, from Mali, they brought them. From Senegal and other countries, they brought them for election. Now, election is done and dusted. They refuse to do. And this is that the people terrorizing and disturbing the peace of the nation. And it's an APC chieftain. What is government supposed to do? This kind of people doesn't supposed to be alive. Even if I thought they are supposed to be alive, they're supposed to be behind bar. But they are the one holding political positions in Nigeria. That is to tell you that Nigeria is a terrorist nation because they are sponsors terrorists. If a president who happen to be partner with them to bring these people because of election, now crying, complaining that these people are doing this because to work against his government so that he will not be re-elected. So definitely, they knows what they are doing, and the same people are the people you back in the position of politics of your reign. So they know what they are doing. So these people should be seriously checkmate, and they should go beyond counter, behind counter, and let Mazen and the Kanu be free.
Well said, Reverend Evangelist, as usual. You've done super analysis to it. Now, there is a question that I would like to drop here. You made a statement while you were analyzing. Excuse me. You said it is a taboo for the British citizen to die or for them to be sentenced by hanging.
Yeah.
We are aware that Mazen Kanu is a British citizen and he has been neglected for a very long time. Do you think the British are going to act on this?
Of course. Now, why I'm saying this, British have made a mistake. So they are now realizing they want to take every step necessary and possible to regain their image and
Make
their name
amend.
and to amend their ways. Not just before the Biafras. not just before Kanu, but before the world. Because their image as a stand now, because in UK now, the Fulanis have taken over UK. There is going I've told you this thing
Islam.
before. The Islam, that is the Fulanis. There is no difference between Islam and Fulanis. So they have taken over the UK. Now there is every tendency of war, civil war breaking out in UK between the Christian side and the Fulani side, which are the Islam side. And this thing is something that is seriously giving panic to the UK government as it stands now. So they are trying to do everything to redeem their image, which they have, rubbished before the air and the face of their subordinates. Because most people in the world today, including America, was once a subordinate to UK. But today, those their subordinates have done what? Have outgrown them. Why? Because of their own system and their own negligence and greed. Do you understand? So that is what makes their people that are supposed to be subordinate to them, taking some laws and decisions from them, are the one now making decision on them because of this. So they want to use this Mazen and the Kanu case because most of the things, all the things Mazen and the Kanu have said, even before now, is now happening, which was one of the reasons why they tag him terrorist. They tag him a bad person. They neglected and they turned against him. Today, is it not happening? Everything have happened, and more are still going to happen. So definitely, such a person is not somebody you should, look down on or turn your back against. So they have to redeem their image, which they have messed up. That's why I said what I said. In Bianco Juku with Sultan of Sokoto, you should understand that there is nothing different from what we have already seen or known about her. It's all the game of on how to silence Kanu, the game of on how to silence Biafra. Because Aloye Jimako said something. Aloye Jimako make a statement, and that statement there was a mistake. The statement that the Biafra is Kanu, and any taken out of Kanu is at the same taken out Biafra. As if it was, somebody now reacted to that, trying to correct him, stating it clearly that it is not only Kanu that is in this struggle. There are many people that are in the struggle. So stop giving all the attributes, praises, concern, and everything on Kanu, as if without Kanu, no one else can stand for Biafra and defend and fight for Biafra and get Biafra. And moreover, before Kano, there are other people that are like Ojuku who has come, despite the fact that Bianco Ojuku have messed up everything. You understand? And there are people who died even following Ojuku, believing Ojuku. And there are people who as well that have died following Mazen and Kano. Even up to this very moment that we are still talking, discussing. So it's not like I said, it's not far-fetched from the original picture of truth that all the meetings, both open meeting, both secret meeting, is all about how to stop Biafra. I don't know whether you get the point. It is all about what to do, what next. Because she have tried her own best. She has given up her own best. And that best is not yielding result to their evil agenda. Now she's meeting her master who employed her, who pay her. Oga, what next? What shall we do? So that she will now know what to do next against her own blood. But what a shame and what a disgrace that you that are supposed to be respected and honored, if Biafra should come, is not the one fighting, disgracing, and bringing the reputation of yourself and your husband. And you see, human being, do you know when this man, Soludo in Anambra State, when they were under Abga, when they were doing some political saying in Anambra State, which Ojuku picture was removed in the printing verse clothes. You understand? The same Bianca stood up and became angry. Why should they remove the image of her husband regarding to ABGA as a political party, which led her to stood up. And that was one of the anger, the thing that made her to slap the former governor's wife. Willie, is it not Willie or whatsoever? Wife, Obiano, on the very day that they are stepping out of the office as a governor. Yes, on that same day that she stepped down as a first lady, that was the day she slapped her. I won't forget it. It was registered and it was ringed all over Nigeria, all over the world. Then the same woman now backed out. That is to tell you, don't trust anybody.